What's up? So, ask yourself, are you a go-to motherfucker? All right? Are you the guy to call? Are you like the fucking Ghostbusters? You know, when you need someone who can get the job done, someone who's fucking reliable, are you the go-to motherfucker to call? Is that do people reach for your number first? Now, I'm not gonna get into it as far as being there for friends and family and shit like that, because that's a completely different fucking story. But in your job, being the go-to motherfucker, you know. Let me start off with an example. All right, back when I was working construction, okay, I started off. When I started working construction, like at 15 years old, just working during the summer, I started off at like $8.50, busting my ass all summer long. Then when I started doing it full time, when I was like 19, or I think it was 19 or something like that, 18, 19, I started off making $10 an hour, which is usually what you start off making when you work construction, when you first start out. You know, I worked for this company for a couple of years, worked my way up the ladder. I started running jobs and shit. You know, I got to the point where I was making $14 an hour, right? There was a year where I was making $14 an hour, right? Now, that's about $30,000 a year, roughly, right? That fucking year, because I think that next year I got another raise. That year where I was making $14 an hour, I think after, like, before tax, I think I grossed about $45,000 that year, making $14 an hour. You know, and like I said, if you work 40 hours a week at $14 an hour, you know, and I don't take a lot of time off, vacations and shit like that. That's about 30 grand. You know, gross, 30 grand gross. That year I made $14 an hour. I made about 45 gross. I can't remember the exact number, about 45. I did that. The way I did that was every single time without fail, that my boss asked me if I wanted to work overtime, I said yes every single fucking time. I never, ever, ever, ever turned down fucking work that he was gonna give me. Now, when I was working for this company, for a long time, because I worked for that company for several years, but for a long time we worked 4 10-hour days. And part of the reason why, you know, a lot of construction and other businesses, they work, you know, 8 hours a day, 5 days a week. Well, we were working, you know, our boss set it up to where we could work 10 hours a day, Monday through Thursday. That way we could save on gas, because this is back when gas was a lot more expensive. This was back when gas was creeping up to like $4 a gallon and shit, you know. So the way to help us out, he said, look, you guys just show up Monday through Thursday, work your 40, and that way on Friday you're not driving out to the job site and burning up more gas. So it helped us save money on gas. But what's funny is the way that ended up happening, at least for me, not everybody in the company did this, but I know I did, is, you know, I'd work Fridays, and that's an extra 10 hours. And then I'd work Saturdays, and that's another 10 hours. You know, and then sometimes we even had overnight gigs that I would take them too. And it got to the point where I was working 60 to 70 hours a week every fucking week. And it got to the point where he just stopped asking me if I wanted to work overtime, because the answer was always yes. Hey, you know, I got this Saturday gig. Hey, can you take care of this job on Friday? You know? I said, yep, every time. So it just got to the point where he'd say, Friday I need you here, and Saturday go out and run out here. Or I'll meet you out here, we'll take a look at this, I need you to take care of something, right? You know, so I was the go-to motherfucker for him in 2 different ways, okay? And one way was that no matter what he had an out-of-town job, late-night gig. Hey, man, as soon as you get done with this job at 5 o'clock, haul ass over here to this side of town, and I need you to work for 4 or 5 hours helping the technicians fix this thing. You know, it's a hospital, and we can't work on it during the day, or whatever the fuck. So we got to shut down this unit, you know, whatever the fuck. I'm your man. I'll be fucking there. So I was reliable. I was always fucking there. I was the go-to guy when he had something special, something weird, need to take care of. I'm not, I wasn't throwing out fucking excuses all the time. Ah, man, I can't. My grandma died. My other grandma died. It's my sister's quinceañera again. She had done 4 quinceañeras. Can't make it. All that fucking just excuses. Motherfuckers that. They won't just, they're afraid to say, you know what, I just don't want to work. I just don't feel like working fucking over 40 hours a week. They don't want to say that and sound lazy, so they're just coming up with excuses all the time. Just bullshit. So, the bosses know, don't even call that guy. He's just going to give you a fucking excuse anyway. So that's one way, is because I was always fucking there for him. The second way I was his go-to motherfucker is that I had such an attention to detail. And I was such a jack of all trades, and I was an electrician, but I was a special type of electrician. I specialized in building automation systems, right? And I learned how to do everything, fucking everything. I was a jack of all trades, master of none. I wasn't the best job foreman in the company. I wasn't the best, the fastest guy to run cable. I wasn't the fastest guy to run pipe. All the different kinds of pipe that we run, do this, wiring up panels. I wasn't the fastest, but I could do all of them. Because a lot of the other guys in the company, they were really good at one fucking thing, but they sucked at another thing. So anytime he had a job where he needed all this shit done, I could do it all. I could do it start to finish. What do you need? I'll do it all. I'll do the rookie bullshit work, pulling the cable, the $10 an hour shit we pay motherfuckers to do, all the way up to I'll run all the conduit, I'll pull the wire in, I'll mount the panel, I'll terminate the panel, I'll test the fucking devices. Boom, done. Call me if you got issues. I'll be here in 45 minutes when you're programming the motherfucker. I was there, and I was the go-to motherfucker. So that's how in a year where I was making $14, and I think that following year he actually bumped me up. He gave me a $2 an hour raise, which $1 an hour a year is more. It was standard for that company. If your performance was good and you were learning shit, he'd bump you up $1 an hour. That following year, he's like, look, I'm gonna give you $2 an hour, because you earned it, But that year, $14 an hour, I worked so much fucking overtime, I knocked out about 45 grand gross. That's a fucking feat. Now, I'd have to get a calculator out and figure out exactly how many hours I worked. But, like I said, anytime he had an out-of-state job I needed to go to, New Mexico, Los Angeles, the other side of Texas, Louisiana, I'm there. He'd give me money for gas, I'd run out there, But, and that applies to anything. And I'm not talking about, kissing ass and shit like that. I don't even, if you tell me that kissing ass to your boss or your fleet manager or whoever, your manager, whoever the fuck, if you tell me that works, and that's how people get ahead, I'll have to take your word for it, because I wouldn't fucking know. That's not how I do things. I don't kiss ass. I'm cool if I like my boss, my manager, which I usually do. I'll be cool with him. But I don't expect any fucking favors out of it. If I'm friends with you outside of work, I don't bring that shit into work. Work, I'm all business. It's about making money. So kissing ass, whatever. I'm talking about doing everything you need to do to be the go-to motherfucker. Be the preferred employee. If you're working under any kind of company, under any kind of system where you're working in this division underneath this manager, and he's got his supervisor to supervise all these people, and then there's one guy that's over everything, and then the CEO's over him or some shit. The guy who's directly above you, are you the go-to motherfucker, or are you an excuse factory? Are you one of these motherfuckers that's always got an excuse for fucking everything? There's always a reason why you can't show up. There's always a reason why you can't get it done. Are you that motherfucker? Because you got to realize, these managers, these people that are in charge, they know exactly who is the excuse factory and who is the go-to motherfucker. I got something that really needs to get done. You know what? Give that to him. He's the go-to motherfucker. He's just gonna give you a bunch of bullshit excuses. He's just good for just the bullshit. He's just a warm body. Guess who? When shit gets tight, the excuse factories are the first ones to get laid the fuck off. Motherfuckers taking off all the time, never showing up on days when they're, hey man, look, they call you up on a Saturday. Hey man, this guy can't come in, dude, and I'm fucked. I really need someone to come in. If you're like, you know what, I'm gonna drop everything I'm doing. You say this, I'm gonna drop everything I'm doing right now. I'm gonna cancel all my plans, and I'm gonna head down there, and I'm gonna take care of shit for you. They will remember that. You pulled them out of the fucking fire. So next time, you have a problem, they'll be there willing to help you out. The same thing in trucking. You need to be the go-to motherfucker. You need to not be turning down, company, company and owner op, lease purchase, lease op, whatever the fuck. It's a little bit different. But, let's speak about company for a minute. If you're a company driver, first of all, you're most likely forced dispatch. So, you want to try to turn down a load, you can. But look, my point is, because I've heard all these truckers out, I've talked to these company drivers out there, because, talking to them, they say, man, I straight up called him. I called my DM and I told him I ain't taking that fucking load. I ain't taking it. Fuck that. I done told you that I wanted to be home, and it's Saturday morning, and I wanted to be home by Saturday morning. I'm gonna call his manager. I'm gonna call his division supervisor and take it up with him. I told them I didn't want to go to the Northeast, but here they are. Send me Northeast. Fuck that. I don't want to take that load. That's not that doesn't impress me. Those kind of stories do not impress me at all. You know how many times I've heard this fucking trucker story that I don't know if you guys get it too, but I've heard it so many different times by so many different people. The trucker versus the DM fucking argument, or well, you know what? I had this issue with the DM, and I called him up, and I picked up the load, and I went and parked at a rest area, and I told him, I've heard this story, and I told him I ain't moving the load until I get this. And he wanted to tell me, well, you can't do that. I said, well, hell I am, blah, 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 blah. I'm the driver. I'm the captain of this ship. I ain't moving the load until I get what I want. I'm going to hold the load hostage. I heard a specific story of a dude who did that, and then they sent out another truck to come pick up the load from him, and he wouldn't let him have it. And he was like, yeah, I fended him off with my cheater bar. I was waving it at him like, get back. And fucking the other truck drivers were like, yeah, man, fuck them. Fuck the DMs and shit. Like, fuck the DM. Fuck the fleet manager. These people are the gatekeepers to your money. They're the gatekeepers to your cash. These people hold the fucking key to you making money. When I worked construction, if you wanted to play a hardball with my old boss, he wouldn't fire you. He wouldn't fire you at all. Unless you did something that was outright or straight lied to his fucking face or did something real fucked up. If you were just being trying to play hardball and being a fucking asshole, he'd either starve you for work, like, hey man, I put him on 30 hours, say, I don't need you. Go ahead and stay at the house on Thursday. I don't need you. Or he'd find some rinky-dink fucking bullshit project, some tiny shitty job that no one wants to do. He'll pick up the bid on it, and it's fucking 2 hours outside of town, and he gives it to you. Here you go. And he ain't helping you with gas. So you gotta wake up at 4 in the fucking morning, and you gotta run what he says. You better be there at 7. I don't give a fuck if it's 3 hours away. Or 4 hours away. You need to be there at fucking 7, and you're working till 5:30. If you're not, I'll fire you. And and that's part. And that was how he. It's also how he got out of I think paying unemployment or getting a hike in his unemployment premiums or some shit like that. But that's how he played the game. You want to be like that? All right, I'll get you fired for a legit fucking reason, not just because I don't like you, or you want to play hardball with me. Fuck you. Shit like that. They playing, fuck that DM, man. Fuck him, blah, blah, blah. First of all, if you got that kind of relationship with your DM, like, that fuck it, this whole you know, fuck my DM rhetoric amongst truck drivers is so fucking tired. It is so tired. If you got that kind of relationship with your manager, you're working for the wrong company. You're working for the wrong fucking manager. You know, I've quit jobs because I didn't like the relationship. I quit one job because I didn't like the relationship I had with my supervisor, and it was a cush fucking job. It paid decently. Oh, it was cush. Great job. I didn't have to work all that hard. You know, I can come in late, leave early and shit. Nobody really gave a fuck. But I didn't like how condescending my fucking supervisor was. I didn't like the shit he pulled. I didn't like the shit he said. I quit. And what's funny is I was such a go-to motherfucker for him in that company. Like, he must have called me 4 or 5 times when I put in my 2-week notice. I put in my 2-week notice for him. He called me like multiple times during that 2-week period. And he was like, look, I'll give you another $1 an hour. Nah, I'm good. I already got another job lined up. Call me back. I'll give you another $2 an hour. You know, plus I'll give you more vacation days, more personal days, whatever you want. You know, nah, I'm good. Call me up. They called me up again. He straight asked me. He said, look, you tell me what I can do for you. Just tell me what can I do for you to get you to stay? I was that much of a go-to motherfucker for him. He was willing to just like go out on a fucking limb and say, you know what, make a fucking offer about what of pay and benefits you want, and I'll talk to the owner about making it happen just to keep you on board. And I was like, nah, I just don't want to work here no more. It's nothing personal. It's nothing personal. I just don't want to work here anymore. You know? Because money's great and all, but, you know, I don't give a fuck if I'm making $30 an hour. If I don't like my fucking job, I don't like what I'm doing, if I'm not looking forward to going to work, fuck that. It ain't worth the money. You know, I don't got child support and alimony and shit holding me down. You know, I don't need, you know, I'm in the paper chase, but I don't need it I ain't that fucking desperate. I'd rather go make $30 an hour doing something I want to fucking do. You know, I'll figure something else out. But that's how much of a go-to motherfucker I was for them. You know? And you want to think I'm bragging? Yeah, I'm fucking bragging. You know? Because I made that fucking happen. You want to be the go-to motherfucker for a company? You've got to put in the fucking work. You gotta take all the bullshit, shitty fucking assignments. I took every shitty fucking Saturday overtime gig that I didn't want to take. I worked late when I didn't want to work late. Showing up on fucking Sundays to pull other crews out of the fire that were fucking shit up. You know, hey man, we're working, doing this weekend gig. Call me up at like 8 p.m. on a Saturday night. Hey man, like I'm hanging out at the house, sitting on the couch, I'm watching TV. Smoking a cigarette, just chilling the fuck out. Calls me up. Hey man, they're down there at the hospital doing this overnight weekend gig right now, and we're behind schedule. I need you to head down there. Fucking hour drive down to the medical center in Houston. I need you to hop in your truck and haul ass down to the medical center and help them get this job knocked out. I need you right now. And you know where? An hour later, I was there at the fucking medical center with all my tools and all my bullshit. Saturday night, 9 p.m. And I worked through the night with those. Whoa, motherfucker. You need to straighten your shit out. Motherfucker's backing in there my shit. Anyways, you know, I was down there. I was there. He fucking needed me. Bam! I'm fucking there. You know? I was the go-to motherfucker. You think I was sitting by the phone waiting for him to call me at fucking Saturday night at 8 p.m.? Whoa, dude. This motherfucker is getting way close to my shit trying to back in. Man, this motherfucker's done fucking everything up. But you think I wanted to get off the couch and haul ass down there at 8 p.m. and thank God I wasn't drinking beer. You know? I probably still would have gone down there. Depending on how drunk I was. You know? Or would I even if I was too drunk to drive, I would have drank some coffee or an energy drink or something and have my girlfriend drive me down there. Hey, I'll call you when I need you to pick me up, or I'll catch a ride with one of the guys. You know? Fuck it. Let's get her in. Let's get it done. You know? I didn't want to go down there, but I fucking did. I took every shitty fucking assignment. In this job, I've taken every shitty fucking load. You know, Got even the trash loads with Western Express. These are the worst loads ever. You know, and I still took them. I told my DM, hey, look, man, I prefer not to run these loads. I prefer not to. If you need me to run them, I'll fucking run them. But I prefer, if you got anything else, put me on that. You know? And you know what? I got to the point where I had so much rapport with my DM anyway that, you know, he didn't stick me on those fucking loads. He gave them to other people just because he, you know, I was a go-to motherfucker. You know, like Western, they needed me to do some, you know, perfect example. Like Western Express, every time they needed me to scoop up a driver and run him somewhere, I said yes. I must have taxied 3-4 drivers for Western Express. Hey man, we got a driver. He's stranded out in Arkansas. We need him run back to the yard. I was fucking there. I altered my fucking route. You know, I chewed up time doing it. I went out of my fucking way to and you know what? I didn't ask for extra money. I didn't say, hey man, okay, how much money are you gonna give me for this shit? No, that's not how you play the game. It's not how you do it. You know, when you doing favors like that, it's not about money up front. It's about having a favor. Then you got them, and you got a favor in your pocket. Then you could bing whip that fucking card out if you ever need to. Or they know you as the go-to motherfucker now. Damn, you know what? Can you go 150 miles out of your fucking way, your route, to pick this driver up, bring him back to the yard, and then head on to deliver? I'm there. Let me know where he's at. Give me his phone number. I'll pick him up. Hey, we got a driver needs to go out to pick up a recovery. Can you run from Nashville to St. Louis? Yep. What's his phone number? Where's he at? I'll get it done. And I got it done. You know, anytime they needed me to do some funky, weird, fucked up shit like that, you know, hey, we need you to take care of this real quick. I'm fucking there. You know, and they take care of me on the back end. Now, Western Express, you know, that went the way it did, but that wasn't necessarily my DM's fault, because I talked to him multiple times. I said, what the fuck? Every time I talked to him about the loads, the miles, and the way how fucked up everything was, he said, look, man, I'm being honest with you. I know you're a runner, and you're my. He told me multiple times, he said, you're my best fucking driver. He says, but I'm literally giving you the best loads that are on my board. Every time I get the best load I get on my board goes directly to you. But this is all I got. All the other drivers I got, they're getting worse shit than you are. So that was a company issue. But like here with this company, not too long ago, I was coming out of the Chicago area. I was headed up north. They said, hey man, you're going through Marshfield. Can you go over to this place in Chicago and pick up a truck drive shaft for us and throw it on put it on your trailer, because it's like 500 pounds, and run it up to Marshfield for us. So that's what I did. I woke up early as fuck in the morning. I showed up at like 5 a.m. at this joint, and it was freezing ass cold outside. I had to get up early as balls. I was like up at 3:30, 4 a.m. so I could get over to this goddamn place and beat the traffic through Chicago and get up to Wisconsin and pick up this goddamn drive shaft, and I had to put it under the tarps and secure it to the trailer with the load and shit. I ran it up to Wisconsin for him and shit. I didn't ask for money for that. You know, that puts me in good. That makes me the go-to motherfucker. You know? And for two reasons. One, they get the good loads, they get the good juicy fucking loads, the good shit. They give it to me. Or if something ever goes wrong, I wake up late as fuck on a hot load, I miss an important delivery time, you know, or something goes wrong, I make a mistake, I misjudge something, and you know, I fuck up. Hey man, it's cool. Don't worry about it. You know what? Hey, everybody has a bad week. That's what they tell me. Everybody's got a bad week every now and again. Don't worry about it, man. You know why? It's because they know I'm usually boss fucking hog. I'm John Wayne to these motherfuckers. So I make a mistake, it ain't no thing. You know what I'm saying? Plus, I never go home. That's another thing. I'm the go-to motherfucker. You know? I just ran a load over the weekend that paid fucking like $2.32 a fucking mile. Weekend load though. You can't get that load going fucking home on the weekends. You know, of course, like I said, leasing a truck, things a little bit different, but you know, I couldn't have got that juicy load if I wanted to go home on the fucking weekends. And, you know, even if you're company, you know, you're fucking missing out. You know, I work 6 days. I burn my 70-hour clock. If I could burn every last second off that fucking 70-hour clock, I do. I have ended the week many times with less than 10 minutes on my fucking week clock. Shit, couple months ago, I stopped the clock with 1 minute left on my week clock. 1 fucking minute. I was cutting it close as shit, but I was going to the nearest truck stop I could get to after delivering, and I was out of time. I do that, you know. I'm being a go-to motherfucker. I run hard as I can. I'm sleeping at shippers and receivers. You know, like I got this load. I picked this load up today, right? Delivers tomorrow. At the ETA they gave me to deliver the load was 2000 o'clock. That's 8 p.m. at night, right? So it's shit. If I could deliver at 8 p.m. at night, shit, that means I could sleep in tomorrow. I could stay up late tonight, you know, because I've only got 6.5 hours maybe until I'm there. 6.5 hours away. It's 6 o'clock the previous day. That load, that ETA didn't need to be there for another 26 hours, and it's 6.5 hours away. That means, for all intents and purposes, I could look at that load and say, shit, I could hang out in the truck for 20 hours. I could sleep in tomorrow, hang out, watch TV all day, and then around, if it was due 8 o'clock, 6.5 hours away, 7 hours, I'll leave out around 1. You know, when I don't have to worry about rush hour traffic, and then I'll run it in. You know? Did I do that? No, I fucking didn't do that. I called the fucking receiver and I said, hey, what's the earliest I can fucking deliver at? Hold on. Apparently you gotta pay to park here. I did not know that. But where I'm at, TA across the street, I already been through the parking lot. I'd have to reserve a spot over there. Them pay spots is $12. The pilot down the street's even smaller. I know they're fucking chock full. So I gotta pay $10 to stay here. Gotta pay the cost to be the boss. I'll put it in my fucking binder with the rest of my deductions. Fuck it, I don't give a fuck. You know, I make the kind of money that I'm not bleeding. You know, I'm not having a fucking period and freaking the fuck out over having to pay for parking. You know, I don't live paycheck to paycheck. You know, I put money aside for shit like this. You know, whatever. That's $10 to park. Here's 2 5s. Got a receipt? Thanks. Anyways, you know, even as far as, you know, running fucking miles as a company driver, you know, you run hard as motherfuckers, sleep at shippers and receivers, you preserve your fucking clock. You preserve that fucking clock. Don't be wasting all your fucking hours. Learn how to preserve your hours and shit. They know, like, damn, this guy, like, okay, back to what I was saying before I was interrupted. Sorry. Fucking forgot. Yeah, this load, I called the receiver and said, what time can I deliver? They said, you can deliver whenever the fuck you want. You can deliver midnight tonight, 5 in the morning, you know, anytime tomorrow. Anytime you want to deliver. So I called up the fleet manager. I said, hey man, I'm gonna have this load in probably between 11 and 12. 12 at the latest, probably, you know, maybe 12. I gotta get fuel and shit, whatever. He said, all right. You know, I'll reset the ETA, and I said, okay, just letting you know. That way, in case you get a pre-plan, a good pre-plan, stick it on me. You know what I'm saying? You see how that shit works? You know, and this isn't just a lease operator thing. You could do this as a company driver. I'd be doing the same shit if I was a company driver. You know? Because now instead of, you know, delivering at fucking 8 o'clock at night where it's too late for me to pick up a load, then I'll run down to the truck stop and fall asleep empty. Fuck that. I'm gonna deliver this shit by noon tomorrow, run somewhere else, get loaded before they fucking close at 3 or 4. Boom, go as far down the road as I can. Way ahead of the fucking game. You know, I don't look at loose ass load like this. I'm like, nah. I could be there at 8, my ETA is 8 o'clock at night. Fuck that. I could be there 8 hours beforehand. I could be there by noon. You know? So if I call up and they say, yeah, you could have it here by 2 at the earliest, I'll be there. Unstrapping my shit at 2 o'clock on the dot, if that's the earliest I can get there. You know what I'm saying? So just shit like that. You know, and it even if you call them instead of leaving a message, it lets them know, hey man, just letting you know, I ran the numbers for my ETA. I figured out how long it's gonna take me to get there, traffic. You know, my ETAs, you gotta learn all this shit, by the way. Figure out how long it's gonna take you to get somewhere. So you got 12 o'clock, I gave him an ETA at 12 o'clock tomorrow. I swear to God, I will be there at 12 o'clock or earlier. Probably earlier. But, you know, 12 o'clock just to be safe. You know, my ETAs are like 95% always correct. Because you estimate them correctly. You got to figure out how to estimate them correctly. And when you can estimate correct, I give him an ETA like that, and I get it in there by 11:50. The fleet manager sees that. God damn, he was right on the fucking money with that ETA. This guy knows what the fuck he's doing. So when he has a tight ass, well-paying load, and then he gives me the fucking, he sends me the info. Says, look, man, can you make this is a tight fucking load, but it's a hot load. It's a well-paying load. Can you make this in? I'll run the fucking numbers, and I could tell him within a couple of minutes after reviewing all the information and factoring everything in and shit. Yeah, I can make that. Absolutely, I could absolutely fucking make that. Or nah, I can't make that. Nah, that's way too fucking tight. You know. But you can give them a yes or no right off the fucking bat. That way they're not guessing like shit. I wonder if anybody can run this load. It's shit like that, man. Make yourself the go-to motherfucker. Don't be in the truck stop telling all these stories about, you know, I did this to my DM and, you know, I was missing the valve stem cap off one of my tires and I said, nope, I ain't driving. It ain't safe. And the DM's calling you up saying, dude, you know, if I could say, you know, dude told me he was missing a mud flap on his tractor, would not move the truck. DM's calling him freaking the fuck out, dude, it's not illegal. It's not. You know, he says, I will not move this truck. You need to send me to the nearest place that has a shop that can get this mud flap replaced for me. That's another thing. Motherfucker's missing a mud flap, and you gotta call maintenance and go to a shop. Bitch, go your ass in a truck stop, pay $20 for the mud flap, send a receipt in to get reimbursed for it, and get your bitch ass out there with the fucking socket set and replace that motherfucker. It's the easiest shit in the world. Even if you gotta bust your ass doing it. Sometimes them bolts is rusted the fuck on. I don't give a fuck. I'm getting it done. I gotta use a cheater pipe to get that bitch off. Fuck, I gotta drill holes and put new bolts in the motherfucker. I do it, and I have done it. You know, I'm not spending time waiting at a fucking shop for them to put on a goddamn mud flap. Nah, I get that shit done, and I put on many a mud flap. I've rewired fucking trailers, replaced fucking lights, done all that fucking shit. You know, I'm fucking wasting time getting routed into a shop. I take care of it in 20 minutes and then I'm on the fucking road. Fuck all that. You know? If you're calling in to go to maintenance because of shit like that, they know this guy, this is that kind of motherfucker. They see your truck number, then they already know, like, man, this fucking dude, you know what? He's gonna give me a bunch of fucking bullshit and issues. Dude like me, don't worry about it. I'm gonna take care of it. Like, I said, don't worry about it. I got it taken care of. You know? Fuck, all the issues, I've had so many fucking issues.